From a book that I've been writing, I would like to share some thoughts on the three classes of people in church. Galatians chapter 4, verse 1 to 2. Now, what I mean is that as long as the inheritor is a child and underage, he does not differ from a slave, although he is the master of all the estate. But he is under guardians and administrators or trustees until the date fixed by the father. John chapter 8, verse 35. Now, a slave has no permanent place in the family, but a son belongs to it forever. We can see three classes of people from the two portions of scripture that we have read. We can see children, slaves, and sons. Children are church members who are immature. They may be as old as 90 years of age and yet still immature in church. Slaves are church members who are not permanent. They may leave anytime they get offended. These members are not loyal. These members are not committed. They don't have the church at heart, so they may leave anytime. Sons are church members who are mature. They are loyal members in the church. These are people who run with the church vision. These members are committed. These members are submissive to the church leadership. They carry the burden of the church. I'll be showing you characteristics of each class, and I'll start with characteristics of children in church. Number one, a child is not productive. He doesn't contribute anything to the family. When a small child wakes up in the morning, the first thought that he has is about food and not work. Just like in a home, children in church don't contribute anything. They only go to church to be blessed and not to be a blessing. A child doesn't belong to any group in church. He doesn't add anything to church. He's not useful. Remember, the place that you are given in church is determined by your usefulness. Before accusing the church of being selective, first ask yourself, what value do you add to that church? How useful are you in the church? Today, choose to be productive in your church. Choose to be a pillar in your church. Choose to be a blessing in your church. Do not just be a mere member. Number two, children are self-centered. They want to get everything. A small child may be crying for a cooking stick when he can't even cook. The church is never short of such people. These are members who cry for preaching when they can't even understand any scripture. They will fight for song leading when they can't even sing ABCD. If you want to be a blessing to your church, your I aspect must die. Number three, children are difficult to lead. They have a tendency of repeating the same mistake over and over. They don't want to be controlled. They want to lead independent lives. John chapter 21, verse 18. I tell you the truth. When you were young, you were able to do as you liked. You dressed yourself and went wherever you wanted to go. But when you are old, you will stretch out your hands, and others will dress you and take you where you don't want to go. From this portion of scripture, we can see that ability to be led is a sign of maturity. Ability to be led is a strength and not a weakness. Choose to be obedient to your leaders. Be obedient to your pastor. Be a blessing to them. The Lord be with you.